Took a week off. Sorry about that, guys. Took a week off, but I promise to get this video out. Promise to get this video out by Tuesday. This is the ZK Sports Show. Welcome back, everyone. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. And we have some very interesting stories today. First, I want to talk about this one. This just happened as the time of recording. I wanted to record this after this game because this is an interesting move by the Steelers. So, Pittsburgh Steelers rookie Kenny Pickett replaces Mitch Trubisky at quarterback start of the second half. So, this was written probably during the game. So, Pittsburgh Steelers trailing at halftime on a lackluster performance by their offense. The Steelers made an inevitable more of a move at quarterback, so they're replacing Mitchell Trubisky with rookie Kenny Pickett. Crowd at Acrisure Stadium. I hate Acrisure Stadium. Roared with approval when Pickett was drafted 20th overall. Trotted on the field for the Steelers' first possession in the second half against the New York Jets, who held a 10-6 lead. Energized by Pickett, the Steelers scored 20 unanswered points, take a lead 20-10 lead before allowing two fourth-quarter touchdowns and losing 24-20. So it goes on to say Pickett's first NFL pass ended up with an interception and a long throw to wide receiver Chase Claypool. That was picked off by safety Jordan Whitehead. Pickett scored his first NFL touchdown on a second series, covering a quarterback sneak on 3rd and goal. Pickett rushed for another touchdown on that. So I think he had a pretty good game. You know, it's just that it was an unfortunate situation that happened of the Trubisky not playing a good game, in my opinion. He didn't play exactly that well. So they made the move. It's like, you know what, Trubisky, you're gone. I think that he should have started in. I think he should have been the starter. He should have been made the starter. Like I don't like how they're not starting him until week 4, in my opinion. Because I feel like this guy can be good. I really do. I feel like he can. It's just that when you look at the different types of offenses out there, they're using more kind of mobile young QBs. You see with the Chiefs, they're using Patrick Mahomes. Kyler Murray, for example, he's kind of mobile. Lamar Jackson, a literal mobile QB with the Ravens. And I feel like they should have started him. Now, I understand they're still pocket passers, but I'm saying most of these guys are mobile. They can sort of move. They have the ability to move. And we saw that with Zach Wilson, him being able to evade tackles and stuff. We saw him with that. And also we have to consider what the Steelers are in right now. I feel like Steelers, at this point, are probably going to have a losing record at this point. I feel like this is more of a rebuild season for them. Because I had maybe, my prediction was they'd finish 3rd in the AFC North, and I could see the Bengals or even the Ravens winning the division. But now I'm starting to get skeptical of that because you look at how young, this is a young Steelers team. This is a really young Steelers team. Only a few veterans. Only like a few, in my opinion. You have very little experience. You have offensive coordinator that's not really the best. Steelers fans are not a huge fan of Matt Canada. And it just feels like it's a young team that needs to develop for a year, like try and do a rebuild, Start working with your things that work and what doesn't work. And that is my opinion on that. Alright, so our next story up is the Colorado Buffaloes just fired Carol Dorrell, defensive coordinator, and they fired defensive coordinator Chris Wilson. Colorado fired Coach Carol Dorrell, I can't say that name right, on Sunday in the wake of the Buffaloes' 0-5 start to the 2022 season. The university announced Sunday the school also dismissed defensive coordinator Chris Wilson. Offensive coordinator Mike Stanford will serve as interim coach. The school announced Stanford is former head coach at Western Kentucky, where he went 9-16 in 2 seasons. Defensive line coach Gerald Chapman was named the interim defensive coordinator. Dorrell will approximately $8.7 million in buyout, the school said I went to Carl for hard work in leading our program since 2020, Athletic Director Rick George said in Entertainment. Ultimately, however, the results on the field just do not measure up to our expectations and standards, which made it necessary for us to make this change. At this time, it was an extremely difficult decision, and I wish Carl all the best in his future endeavors. Carl's latest loss was a 43-20 defeat against Arizona, one of the worst football teams out there. Arizona is bad. When you're that bad, you know you've hit rock bottom. When you lose to a laughingstock in the Pac 12, you've messed up. You have. The 23-point loss was the closest game. That was their closest game? Oh my gosh, they're awful. They are just bad. TCU tried Colorado 38-13. Buffaloes really haven't been competitive in any games. Doral was in his third season. He went 4-8 last year after a solid 3-1 during COVID-19 season of 2020. Colorado suffered significant losses for the season of the transfer portal. Doral finishes his time in Boulder with 8-15 record in 23 games. So, okay, Buffalo, they're in not really a tough division. I mean, you have Oregon, you have Washington, you have USC, of course, you have that. You have UCLA, who's starting to come off as a potential powerhouse in that. So, in my opinion, you just gotta, same thing with the Steelers, just rebuild. Rebuild. Start getting your recruits out. Start getting, start trying to figure out who's going to be the next head coach. Start doing that, I'm not sure who they play next, but I have not seen Colorado like this, They were good back in the 90s, don't get me wrong. They were pretty good. But they just saw like a slow decline in that. They really did. They saw a slow decline in football, in my opinion. And Carl Doral, how do you pronounce his name? Doral? And I don't think he's going to get a job anywhere else. I'm not sure what university would pick him. Maybe like a small FCS school would possibly pick this guy up. But I don't see Carl Doral getting another job. I just don't see that. I don't see that. Alrighty. So here we go. Annual AP Top 25 College Football Poll update for this week. Let's get right into it. Number 1, we have Alabama. Number 2, Georgia. 3, Ohio State. Number 4, we have Michigan. 5 is Clemson. Number 6 is USC. Number 7, Oklahoma State. Number 8, Tennessee. Number 9, Ole Miss. Number 10, Penn State. Number 11, Utah. Number 12, Oregon. 13, Kentucky. 14, NC State. 15, Wake Forest. 16, BYU. 17 is TCU. 18, UCLA. Number 12, Kansas. Number 20, Kansas State. Number 21, Washington. Number 22 is Syracuse. So we have 2 basketball schools in here. That is pretty impressive. Number 23, Mississippi State. Number 24, Cincinnati. Good to see them back. And number 25 is LSU. Oh, I didn't see this part. Washington State. Oh, looks like other people are trying to vote on teams that should be in the top 25. That's pretty cool. I didn't notice that. So that's your weekly AP poll update. Alright, so our final story, I'm going to take this one seriously too. I'm taking this last story pretty easy. As you can tell, Indonesia soccer tragedy. Fans fled as police fired tear gas, causing deadly rush for exit. So, this came out last night. And I don't follow soccer, as you guys know. I don't really talk about soccer. But this is just freaking insane. Like, you think that the Canucks fans up there are crazy? This is pretty crazy. So, you could see some. So this is a video of it right here. This is a video of what this looked like. Look at this. I'm not gonna unmute it, but you can definitely see. Look at this. Look at that. They're like rushing the field. Like, did they? I'm still trying to figure out the story. Did they like win or something? So you can see there more. They're in riot gear. They're legit in riot gear. As you could see there, more stuff about that. Holy crap. That is just... Dear Lord. Wow. Okay. So, policing experts and human rights organizations are raising questions about why police used the chemicals in the panic that ensued many were trampled, leaving at least 125 people dead. Police fired tear gas as fans rushed onto the field. Experts questioned the police use of tear gas in the stadium. Sorrow and anger mixed as families and Urmia supporters mourned the victims. A police focus on establishing order instead of safely can manage danger, a policing expert say. Soccer is second to badminton in Indonesia, but has a huge following. Observers say the police reaction made things worse, and a fan says he can still hear the voices screaming. So, this is what it's so. Okay, so soccer fans in Indonesia rushed the field after a professional soccer match on Saturday night, prompting the police to fire tear gas into the tightly packed crowd and setting off stampede that killed at least 125 police officials. So did Indonesia win or something? Because in the United States, the reason fans will rush the fields because there's a huge upset. So was there a huge upset and you can't do that? I think that's kind of overreaction. I kind of do agree it's a little bit overreaction. So continue reading. Fans packed the Kanjuruhan Stadium in Malang, Indonesia to see the home team, Urma, take on Persija Serba. After Urma lost the game 3-2, fans rushed the field? What? Anyway, unrest prompted the police to fire. Okay, so they were angry. Okay. So maybe they were angry about a call, or maybe, I don't know, they were just angry. The unrest prompted the police to fire tear gas, which caused panic. Inspector General Nico Afta, the East Java police chief, said at a news conference, as of Sunday night, 120 people were dead, according to a spokesperson for the National Police. There are reports that an additional 300 had been injured. The death toll had risen and fallen throughout the day, and police said earlier tolls may have counted some of the dead ice. The toll made Saturday's most among the deadliest episodes in the history of soccer. In 1964, at least 300 people died in Peru after an unpopular decision by a referee at a soccer game touched off a riot at the country's national anthem. Crap. In a televised speech to the nation, President Joko Widodo said he had asked the National Police Chief to conduct a thorough investigation into what happened and ordered an evaluation of security at soccer matches. I regret this tragedy occurred, Mr. Joko said, and I hope this is the last soccer tragedy in the country. That is not... I wish I could correct that to soccer, but anyway. Human rights organizations condemn the use of tear gas, which is prompted by FIFA Soccer global governing body. Wait. FIFA encourages people to... they encourage police to chuck tear gas whenever fans rush the field? If you live in the United States, if you rush the field, at the end of the game, yeah, it's crazy, but the police don't really do anything. Why do they do that? So, it goes on to talk about, excessive force and more images of this. This is a pretty long article, so we have more stuff about, tear gas and stuff, so more images, stuff. So it talks about all this stuff. So I think it links other articles. So sorry for the last story kind of being a little bit depressing, but that's going to be it for today, and I hope to get this video out. I don't think I'll have too much, work this week as I made in the intro. Make sure you like, subscribe, and be sure to tune in next time. Peace.
Stay off the weed!